In this segment, we'll show you how to assemble your new Agri-Fab 175-pound tow drop spreader. Begin by sliding the flow control arm, part 4, through the hopper brace assembly, part 3, as shown. Then onto 1/4 by 1 1/4 inch hex bolt, part B, slide a 1/4 inch flat washer, part F, a nylon washer, part G, and then insert it through the assembly. Now add another nylon washer in between the arm and brace. Next, fasten the assembly with a 1/4 inch nylock nut, part H. Tighten until moderate effort is required to move the flow control arm. Then hold the inner nut in place and tighten another 1/4 inch nylock nut against it. Now slide the plastic grip onto the handle. Next, slide the flow control rod, part 5, through the flow control arm as shown. Then thread a ferrule, part N, onto both ends of the rod. Adjust them so that there's 13 mm of thread protruding through the bottom. Next, slide 2/4 by 3/4 inch hex bolts, part D, through the hopper facing out. Then align the tongue, part 7, and loosely secure it with 2/4 inch nylock nuts, part H. Do not fully tighten it yet. Next, align the flow control assembly and loosely secure it to the top with 2/4 by 3/4 inch hex bolts, part D, 1/4 inch flat washers, part F, and 2/4 inch nylock nuts, part H. Do not fully tighten it yet. Now align the hitch bracket, part 8, with the tongue and flow control assembly, and secure it with the 3/8 by 1 inch hex bolt, part A, and the 3/8 hex lock nut, part I. Do not fully tighten it yet. Then align a tongue brace, part 6, and loosely secure it in the rearmost hole with a 1/4 by 3/4 inch hex bolt, part C, and a 1/4 inch flat washer, part F, and a 1/4 inch nylock nut, part H. Now loosely secure the next hole forward with a 1/4 by 3/4 inch hex bolt, part D, and a 1/4 inch nylock nut, part H. Now loosely secure it to the tongue with 2/4 inch by 3/4 inch hex bolts, part D, and 2/4 inch nylock nuts, part H. Then repeat for the other side. Now go back and fully secure all the previously installed bolts. Next, slide the 1/4 by 3/4 inch carriage bolt, part E, up through the hopper brace and flow control gauge, part 2. Then secure it with a nylon washer, part G, and a 1/4 20 plastic knob, part L. Now insert the 3/8 inch hitch pin, part J, and secure it with an 1/8 inch hair cotter pin, part K. Next, loosely attach the ferrules, part N, and 1/4 inch nylock nuts, part H, to the flow plate. Then set the flow gauge control to 18. Now, move the flow control arm back against the gauge. Verify that the slots in the bottom of the hopper are completely open, and that the flow plates are evenly aligned with the slots. If not, adjust the ferrules until the slots are open and the flow plates are aligned. Check the flow plate position with the flow control gauge set to 0. The slots in the bottom of the hopper should now be completely covered by the flow plates. Make further adjustments if needed. Tighten the nuts on the ferrules and then loosen the nuts a 1/4 turn.